Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to another episode of A Shot of Rose. Up this week, I have a special guest, Ms.Nara from Chit Chat With Nara. We're going to get into a conversation about dating and relationships. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Up this week, I have a guest. She has a podcast called Chit Chat With Nara, but I'm going to let her do her own introduction, you know what I'm saying? So she can tell you a little bit about herself. So do me a favor now, just let people know where they can find you, you know what I'm saying, what you're all about. I know you got a business as well. Go ahead and let the people know what's up with you.
Hey, everybody. I'm Nara. I go by Nara Wha'Na. A lot of people think it's a Wha'Na. I tell people I support the THC culture, but it's really just Nara Wha'Na. I have a business called Simply Complete Enterprise LLC, where we take the hard work out your passion. I'm trying to think. You can follow me at Nara Wha'Na and at Simply Complete PR. And you can always check out what my business got going on at simplycompleteonline.com.
Okay, cool. Now, your business name is Simply Complete, where you take the stress, I guess, out of people's business. Like, what is it again?
So basically, I help people form their businesses, do press kits, notary, all of the boring stuff business owners don't want to do.
I got you.
Graphic design and all of that.
You handle the paperwork.
So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, so everyone else can just work on, you know, saying the business, the money aspect of it. You handle the paperwork side and all the boring legal logistics.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We need people like that because I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm the type of person that I don't really like tedious tasks. So like you would be perfect for me if, you know what I'm saying, I wanted to start a business. I'd be like, bet I got somebody to go to, somebody to handle that, because that ain't really what I'm trying to do.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
But I like to talk shit too. So
okay. All right. Exactly. Because we got to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep it professional, you know what I'm saying, from 8 to 5. But then after that, you know what I'm saying, we keep it gangster. So I appreciate that. With that being said, though, I brought Ms.Nara on the podcast today because we're going to get a woman's perspective on the dating run out here. But before I hopped on the pod, Ms.Nara dropped a pretty heavy bombshell on your boy. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her tell it, you know, because it threw your boy for a loop. So go ahead and let them know what's up with you in your personal life, Ms.Nara.
So y'all go hear about it throughout this episode. But I was engaged, married, and divorced in 10 months. So yeah.
Man, how now before we get into the interview part, how do you go from walk me through how you get engaged, married, and divorced in 10 months? That is crazy.
So my child's father was incarcerated. Well, her biological dad was incarcerated. And he went to prison when she was about 9 months. So I did me, but always had his back when he was in there for the 3.5 years.
Okay.
So when he got out, I wanted to not be a stereotype. I wanted to give her a 2-parent home. And when he proposed, we were living together, and I said yeah. And then I didn't want to be the person that get engaged, but then you never get a marriage. So I'm like, I'm about to get married right away. Got married 2.5 weeks after getting engaged and filed for a divorce. Let me see. 3 months later.
Man, but how old was your daughter, you said?
This all just happened last year. So
yeah,
she was 4.
Okay, I got you. But you 4? But I mean, it's not like you didn't know the person though, right? Like when I thought 10 months, I'm thinking, damn, one that was quick, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, to get a divorce. Well, that sucks though, man, because honestly, I believe in love. I believe in black love, especially, you know what I'm saying? So like for it to end in 10 months, I'm just like, oh, another one bites the dust, man. That sucks.
Yeah, but, and you know what, y'all? It was crazy because I'm like, maybe I needed to go through that to close that chapter. Because 7.5 years on and off with somebody, it take a minute to move on. So I think I needed to go through that to fully move on. Now I'm in a relationship. I didn't wait.
Oh,
And
okay.
I'm very happy.
Oh,
So,
we jump right into the okay. We just okay.
sometimes you got to, y'all. Just go for it.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. 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 All right. Well, that leads me into, what I'm saying, let's go ahead and let's get into this interview here. So I assume, what I'm saying, once you got back onto the dating scene, right? So, you had to hop in, what I'm saying, get your feet wet. In general, how's the dating scene been for you, from a woman's perspective? How has it been on your end?
Before I got in this relationship and before I got back with her dad for briefly, I was at the point where I'm like, I just want to have fun. I want to casually date, get to know people. It's okay to date a couple of different people, and you don't have to sleep with everybody you're dating with.
No.
So I was just living life, trying to find the right person. But I always tell people, when you have a daughter or a son that's so young, you got to be careful
Yeah.
because there's some crazy people out here.
There's some crazy
So
folks.
it was literally, if you want to take me on a date, you better be paying for my babysitter. If you coming over, you not coming over till she go to sleep. And
Okay.
it's no staying the night. Like, I have a child and I don't want to confuse her.
Okay.
So I was very like, no.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. So I definitely feel you on the whole, hey, until my child's asleep, you really can't slide through because you don't want them like being exposed to that many people. So I definitely get that. But you telling me you actually had boys out here paying for the babysitter to take you on a date?
Yes. I said, I'm a single mother. You got to pay for this babysitter. You want to take me out. So why should I have to make all the adjustments? Just pay for the sitter. I got the sitter. You just got to pay for her.
Okay. All right. Look, I'm saying, look, if you set the ground rules and they agree to it, then by all means, what I'm saying, it's all fair game. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. Now, in your experience with dating, what I'm saying, have you ever had with the dates that you've been on, right? Let's talk about your experiences, right? Because I know you probably have some good, probably some bad. Let's go through the bad first. Cause I always like to get them out the way because there's always bad experiences. When it comes to this dating world, though, your experiences, what have been some of the negative aspects that you have experienced on the dating side?
Y'all, I think it had to be 2019.
Okay.
I met this guy on the dating app, and he's like, he wants to take me out. So I'm like, okay, cool. So we meet up at Chili's. I'm like, well, no, I'm gonna drive myself. I don't really know you. Like, so I'm like, okay, he's there when I get there. And at the time, I was still wearing a fade. And he kept calling me a chocolate Amber Rose. So then it smelled like a pit bull.
Yeah.
Then, like, I told him, how old are you again? He's like, oh, I'm 34. Okay, cool. But he had 3 grandkids.
Whoa. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoa, hold on. Run that back. 34, 3 grandkids?
I'm still trying to figure it out myself.
Come on, dog.
All these years later.
Man, that might be some cap, dog. I don't know. He got three women pregnant all at the same time. What?
I don't even know, but he was talking about having these grandkids.
What?
And then he was like, I hope I make it home. So, like, what you mean? Y'all, this man ain't have no side view mirrors, no tag on his car, no rear view mirror. I'm like, what the hell?
Yo, if they ain't got no tag on that car, they in a rough spot in their life. Okay. So if you ain't got no tag, you in a rough spot.
So this whole time he's sitting across from me, and I'm thinking like, his arms look kind of short. Y'all, this man was a whole midget. And I'm kind of scared of midgets a little bit. So that really messed me up.
You didn't know he was a midget?
He told me he was 5'8".
Like, oh my God. Yo, come on, man. I feel like that's something you gotta let people know, man. You just can't show up and be like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta let people know you're a midget.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. All right. So, by the way, let's ask this real quick. So, how old are you?
I am 34.
Okay, I'm 34 as well. I'll turn 35 in September. Okay,
I turned it in December.
Okay, cool. 87, baby. That's the greatest year ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, it is.
So you kind of like me, right? So to get some background on me here, real quick, I have been married for almost a decade now. I'll be a decade in March of next year. So I came out the dating scene early in life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got married when I was 25. You feel me? Um, my thing is, and the reason why I'm interviewing you and trying to get women's perspectives is because dating seems to have changed a whole lot from when, you know what I'm saying, I got settled down. Because, you know, during the 2000s, it was about being booed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you be
Yep.
talking to somebody, you had like one or two, you know what I'm saying, maybe a third in rotation. But for the most part, you kind of had like that one boo, even if like you wasn't, you know what I'm saying, necessarily like a couple, you know, y'all still, people knew y'all was talking. You know what I'm saying? And now dating has become full fledged. You know, hey, I can see whoever I want. We can rock it any kind of way we want to, and that's why I'm trying to get people's experience because I'm really trying to see is dating as bad as people say that it is, or is it, or are there genuinely more positive experiences? So with that being said, I'm trying to get into like, you know, now let's talk about some of your more positive experiences, right? And with before we get into that, would you say that you've generally had more good or more negative experiences in your dating in like today's society?
I would say I have had more good experiences, but I found myself catching feelings faster than others. So
Mm-hmm.
then it became a bad experience because
Yeah.
what I wanted, they didn't want. So
Okay. And do you
yeah.
feel like that's because of the climate today? You know what I'm saying? That like people are sort of kind of conditioned to like not want to catch feelings or not wanting to get into something too quick.
I totally agree. And I feel like social media makes it
Ah.
harder
Mm-hmm.
because think about it. In the early 2000s, shoot, we didn't get into Facebook until like 2005 when we get ready to go to college.
Pretty much.
So now it's like, oh, well, I want to be relationship goals or,
Mm-hmm.
oh, everything got to be put out there. So it's really no privacy no more because somebody see you somewhere with somebody. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't tagged you and something like such and such look cute with they boo at this. And I'm like, maybe I didn't even want nobody to know I was dealing with them yet.
No.
So
I do feel like it's crazy because again, right? Like when I was dating, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say dating back when me and my wife were talking and you know, we were actually dating what I consider dating, like me and her. It was like I said, it was about being booed up. And like I feel like back in those times, like it was more of a you wanted to have that person that you see your life growing old with, you know, saying it's about being
mhm.
booed up. To now it's really just about, you know, saying a lot of people being afraid to be vulnerable and not really taking too many risks. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like is have we fallen this far? Is it really this bad out here in the world that like people are on social media arguing all day about the way dating should be? It's just crazy to me.
You know, and I feel like the one main trigger of it is the oh, should it be 50-50 in a relationship? Should it be this? Should it be that? And
Mm-hmm.
it's like, just do your relationship the way you want it to do. Like,
One would think, right?
yeah, who cares about the percent? So
You know the problem is because like I'm gonna keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy because I'm just saying this is me, right? Like it seems like it's only niggas on the internet arguing about that shit. Like I don't see
all
that
the
in
time.
other cultures. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying
No.
like I mean like they may have like relationship podcasts, but it seems like it's only our podcast that on the internet arguing all the goddamn time. Like, well, he need to be able to provide for this. He need to be able to buy this, or she need to look like this, or she need to submit and like all this. And it's like, is this
hmm
the only topic of conversations that we can have? Like, is that it? Is that the
No,
only way to blow up and go viral? You know?
look, don't forget now who get fed first in the house. They love
Oh
talking
my
about that
god!
one. Niggas love
Oh
talking
my
about
god,
who get the first
bro!
plate.
That was the most aggravating. That was the most aggravating little clip topic for a whole month. That was just annoying because it's like y'all can't be this sensitive, dog. Like real talk. Like, yeah, bro. Why does it matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh.
All the
Whew,
time.
okay. Don't take me back to that, man, because I was literally full blown arguing with niggas on the internet. I wouldn't let niggas have it, bro. Like, are y'all dead ass right now? Like, bro, why does it
Right.
matter to you?
They also
Okay.
because we bring the food in here. Like, oh my god,
Like,
feed
bro,
them
everybody
kids.
everybody
Like,
work, bro. Yeah. I ain't never tripped on my wife feeding my kids first. Okay. All right, cool. Now let's get back to the dating here though. So you say you met a guy on a dating app. Okay,
Yes.
what dating apps have you been on?
So y'all, I forever got a story. So
Ooh.
I moved to Illinois from Flint, Michigan.
Okay,
Didn't
so
know
you're from Flint.
anybody.
Okay.
Yep, from Flint. And some coworkers was like, "You need to get on Tinder."
Ooh.
I'm like, okay. So that's why I started meeting people on Tinder. And I
Okay.
actually got really cool with somebody on Tinder. We dealt with each other for 4 years straight, like
Oh,
on
okay.
and off. Never was a couple, but you would have sworn up and down we was a couple.
Oh man, why it didn't work out? What was the issue?
I stopped dealing with them when I got engaged. I said, "Hey, I'm getting married. I'm getting
Okay.
married to my child father." Okay, cool. I filed for my divorce in August. The beginning of November, I hit this person up. I'm like, no, it was actually October because it was right a couple of days before Halloween. Kids was having a Halloween party. So I'm like, hey, I'm getting divorced. I found out that I can't go to jail for adultery because my ex told me that in Illinois I could go to jail for a year if I decided to move on before the divorce was final.
What?
So
oh boy, that's wild.
Crazy stuff. Yeah. So I looked it up and I'm like, wow, this is a real thing. But my lawyer was like, don't nobody follow that. Like, you're free to date.
Yeah, that's one of them like 1800 laws that just ain't never get changed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I hit the guy up and everything was cool. I had a birthday party / I'm about to get divorced party. They came to the party. Everything was great. And then my ex hacked into my phone account and started calling people. He called people from anybody that I called or text from my birthday up until the day after my party. So December 16th to about December 19th, he was just calling numbers because he done logged in. He could see the call log.
What?
And
he hacked your
lovely
iCloud?
Tinder
He hacked your iCloud account? Oh my God.
And my lovely Tinder friend decided to, typical male testosterone, was like, oh, we've never stopped dealing with each other. And all of these lies, which was completely a lie up until the night of my birthday party. And at that point, I was like, if you could let somebody get you to the point where you gonna make up lies and all of this stuff, I can't deal with you.
Yeah.
Because if I decided to rob a bank or something, nigga, you gonna snitch on me. What the fuck? Like,
he rolling quick, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, it got crazy. Like, his baby mama got involved in it, and she was trying to tell my ex my business. Like, yeah, they've been dealing with each other for years. They're never gonna stop.
But the hate is real.
Move in with me. Some crazy stuff.
Damn. Oh my God. So she was trying to hit on your ex dude, you know what I'm saying? But oh my God, that is it ceases to amaze me, man. It ceases to amaze me the level that people will snoop to, you know what I'm saying, just to cause chaos. It's wild.
Yeah. And I always tell people, folks, like, how can you talk about this and be okay? I said it got to the point where I would rather walk in my own humility and know the truth is getting out there because he was abusive, very narcissistic, controlling. I couldn't even do a vendor event last year without crying in the middle of it because of the stuff he was saying to me over the phone. So I got somewhere I was like,
And whenever you're dealing with like all of that super goofy stuff where this person's saying that, at some point it just becomes comical. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, nobody believes this, man. Y'all just making stuff up now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know the type of person that he or she is. It's no point y'all even spreading these lies. We know what's up. Although Charlamagne does say it best though, people tend to believe the lie over the truth because, you know what I'm saying, the lie sounds more intriguing or more entertaining. Because a lot more entertaining. People tend to run with that. So, I guess it's kind of some truth to that. But I'm of the mindset is, you know what I'm saying, the real gonna always shine through and the fake is gonna fall. So in which case, eventually everything comes to light.
Oh yeah. Nobody believed me until I recorded one of our conversations and posted it on Facebook. It took that much for them to hear the stuff he was saying because he had everybody fooled. Like, oh, she's cheating on me because he was still in Michigan, and it was just a big mess.
So did you move to Illinois after y'all decided to get a divorce and everything?
Nope, I was already here. But every
Okay.
time he was getting there to relocate, something would come up. Like
Ah.
the craziest stuff. And I was like, well, maybe that was God, like saying, girl, you don't want this nigga at your house. So
Yeah. I mean,
stuff kept blocking
and
it.
and like you said, he was abusive to you right during your marriage. Is that what caused it to end?
He was abusive before he went to prison. And
Mm,
I believe the whole, I've changed. And he was the
mm,
perfect gentleman. But then after we signed them papers to get
mm-hmm,
married,
mm.
and we went through the wedding and everything, about a month later, the drinking started back. The drugs started back. Everything that he said he wasn't no more showed his true colors. So,
Damn. And
yeah.
and that sucks, right? Because I know that, like, as having a child together really creates a bond that
Mm-hmm.
is strong. And so if there's ever like that gleaming bit of hope that, what I'm saying, you can repair what, may be a little broken, you always reach out for it. And then when it doesn't work out, it's just like my head was telling me, but you follow your heart. So I know I've heard enough experiences. I've talked to enough people to know that like that's exactly probably what you went through, and it just sucks to hear that because
Mm-hmm.
you wanna but at the same time your heart is telling you, what I'm saying, yo, let's try to make this work.
Yep. Because
Mm-hmm.
nobody wants to start over. You'll rather
Mm-hmm.
work with somebody that you know they flaws. And sometimes it's okay to start over.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Yeah.
was Tinder. So then I tried the Facebook dating.
Facebook got
And
dating.
yeah, Facebook got a dating app. That's the crazy
What?
part. Look, they got a
Man.
dating app.
I say, you see how long I've been
And
out the game? I ain't know nothing about it. I recently, not to cut you off, but I recently been helping my sister. I just Googled like dating apps and like 1,000 popped up. I was like, oh my God. I thought it was just like Match.com and like Tinder and like plenty of fish. I
it's so
didn't know it's so many. It's crazy.
yep.
Okay.
Facebook has a dating app. Now,
Okay.
this is the funny part, and you get the exclusive right here because I have never told nobody this.
Uh-oh. Let's
So
go.
the guy I'm with now, they fell in love. He treat my daughter like she his. This man left his family, not like he was married or nothing, but
Oh, I'm about
left
to say.
his no, left everything he knows, like
Okay.
grandma, dad, siblings, everything, and relocated from Mississippi up here for me. And I
Ooh.
always said, if a man uproot his life for me, then he must really love me.
Mm-hmm.
And we met on Facebook.
What?
He needed somebody to do his taxes. And I was like, I wasn't going to tell nobody because it was going to be like, girl, y'all crazy. Y'all don't know each other. So we came up with this like elaborate lie that we've known each other for years because we didn't want to be judged. But
Yeah. Okay.
I figured since it's going in the right direction, we might as
Mm-hmm.
well tell the truth.
Yeah.
I was in the Black owned business group,
Yeah.
and I had posted that I do LLCs and stuff. He hit me up before about it. I told him my packages. And then a couple of months later, he was like, hey, you do taxes? And I'm like, yeah. And was supposed to be doing his taxes. I did do the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, 6 months later.
Okay, so he was working the angle probably the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Probably
yo,
so.
hey, she kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? Get the best of both worlds. You know what I'm saying? Find my future
Yeah.
love and get somebody. You know what I'm saying? To handle these taxes. Because I ain't gonna lie, my wife handle everything. I just bring home the money. You know what I'm saying? She pay all the bills and do all of that
And
stuff.
that's how he is.
Yeah, people ask me all the time. They be like, "Yo, what do y'all have for bro?" I just let her. I just pay bills. I don't really, what I'm saying, dabble into like the logistics of everything. She got all of that. Go ask her.
Yeah. And I
Okay.
had never experienced that until I got with my boyfriend. Like a man not trying to count my pockets. Like this
Mm-hmm.
man will go work every day and then be like, this yours. Like just handle the bills.
Mm-hmm.
And I never experienced that. But I always wanted a man that treated me the way I saw my granddad treat my grandma, the way
Mm-hmm.
my dad treats my stepmom. And I'm like, I know a good man still exists. And
Oh yeah.
everybody's like, girl, they ain't like that no more. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, everything I wanted with my ex, everything I wanted us to be, I ended up finding that in someone else, not even trying to look.
And
Like it was
that's
really unexpected.
and that's crazy because touching back on, with everyone being like, oh, that's not how men ain't like that no more, women ain't like that no more. I ain't gonna say I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm a believer in love. You know what I'm saying? I believe that more people, I believe there's more real people than there are fake. Now, don't get me wrong. A lot of times things don't work out because of, differences and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean that people are necessarily bad. Just things didn't work out. Now, there are
That's true.
some shitty people. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. There's some rough folks out here.
Ooh.
But at the same time, I do believe that, what I'm saying, there's good brothers, there's good sisters. There's people to that keep it real, and what I'm saying, that are authentic and true. And it's just about finding that person that works with you, you know what I'm saying? But touching back on that, saying you're looking for someone who was like your granddad, that treated your grandma. What is it when you were dating? Were you, because touching back on when you were dating, were you looking for Mr. Right, or were you in a phase of just trying to do your thing and, you know, whatever happens, happens?
I was in that phase where I was like, I ain't never getting married again. I'm fucking nigga free. I'm like, I'm about to be pimping. I'm about to have 3 boyfriends.
Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Living the good life.
Because I was scared and I was scared. Because I was like, if a person could do me like that I gave a child to, my only child, I have no other kids.
Yeah.
It messed me up for a minute.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna lie, like, I made my boyfriend pay for the exes and I gave him a hard time. So I feel like he gave me a hard time too, honestly. But once I got past that, it was a little easier to let my guards down. But I was so scared of being used. I'm like, okay, what if this person know, like, wow, she's good at this, this, and this? They could have just been an opportunist. So I was scared. Like, when I was like, yeah, you could go ahead and come up here. Me and my daughter had a whole game plan. I'm like, if you hear mommy scream, you leave out the house, you take your phone, you call 911, because I was scared. I didn't know if it was going to be an abusive guy again. And then what makes it even more crazy, why are these niggas' birthdays a day apart? Like, so that really scared me because I'm like, oh, shit.
Like, man, that's heavy. It's crazy how things line up in the world. You know what I'm saying? You get things that didn't work out, you'll still get with something, or you'll find yourself in a situation that's so similar to something that didn't work out, but then it's essentially like the same thing, but just better. You know what I'm saying? It's always weird. Yeah.
Like, it was so crazy. Like, me wanting to be an entrepreneur and things like that was always a problem with my ex. He literally just wanted me to work the 9 to 5, don't go nowhere, don't do nothing, had a problem with makeup, everything was a problem. So now to get with somebody that encouraged everything, it's scary. It's still scary sometimes.
Yeah, right. Because you're just waiting for like that, the terrible person or the terrible side of him to come out. I got you. Yeah. Okay. It's like I said, I'm a big believer in love. You know what I'm saying, and it pains me to hear sometimes. You know what I'm saying, because again, right, like a lot of us are broken. You know what I'm saying, and therapy and trauma and all of that is still, we're getting better as a community, but it's still kind of taboo to Black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas still think that's white people shit. You know what I'm saying? My stepdad being one of those people, my stepdad one of them people. He think that like that's white people shit, bless his heart. But that's their generation, right? That's how they look at it, right? Like, we're supposed to be the generation that gets better. But yeah, it's just it's refreshing to hear that, like, you know what I'm saying, that like you didn't give up on love. You feel me? Because like so many people will just shut down and go like into this shell, you know what I'm saying? Especially like if they've been through like traumatic and abusive experiences, they tend to find themselves in like, this never ending circle of trauma because of what happened to them in the past, right? So quick question, did you go to counseling or seek any counseling to get over it, or did you, know what I'm saying, just kind of work your way through it?
So, it's crazy because we tried the marriage counseling and the counselor just was like, well, maybe you need to listen to how he feels. Like, look, bitch. Do you want the nigga at this point? So I didn't actually go through like professional counseling, but I have a lot of friends that are life coaches. It was 3 I leaned on the most, and they kind of helped me through it. I did say, like, when I have more free time to where I could really be like, okay, I can go see a therapist, I do want to, because I
Yeah.
think it's important. Like,
Oh yeah,
when you go
absolutely.
through stuff, you need to talk to somebody that's really trained to
Mm-hmm.
really talk to
Yeah.
you about it. Because I always tell people, my mom was 15 when she had me, and my dad was 19. So they
Mm-hmm.
were babies trying to raise a baby
Exactly.
and never got married or anything. And me and my dad, we didn't get a relationship until I was 30.
Mm.
So a lot of women, and even if they don't want to admit it, we try to look for that love that we want from our dads and no good ass niggas. So after a while, I think every woman or man that's been through like heartbreaking moments do need to seek therapy, because it was
Oh yeah.
like my my well, he was my ex. We had broke up like for like 3 weeks, and he committed suicide. Not because
Mm.
of the breakup, he had moved on with somebody else, but he committed suicide in 2014. Then I got with my child's father because I was grieving, and he reminded me of him. And
Mm.
then it led to another. So I never really properly healed off of grieving somebody I was in love with for about 6 years to jumping into another situation too vulnerable. And then even now, a lot of people might say, well, you still moved a little too fast from that. But for me, I needed to really move on and give somebody a chance so I could experience what real love feel like, and
Yeah.
somebody truly pouring into you. But I do feel like, before I get married again, I think I want to talk to someone first, just to
You know. Yeah.
deal with some
Sit,
past drama.
work out them kinks to make sure that like you're fully prepared for this
Yes,
commitment. Okay.
absolutely.
And not to harp on even your ex-husband, saying you could tell just by listening to you, like he himself is dealing with stuff, right? Like if someone is drinking heavily and using drugs,
Hmm.
it's because they're trying to mask pain away from their life. No matter what it is,
Exactly.
it's something that's causing them to do that. And the unfortunate part is all like when you love that person and you're in a close proximity to them, you receive the negative aspects of the outcome of them abusing
Yep.
things like that. And that is where I tell people all the time, like very few people are just like at their core, at their soul, are terrible people. But a lot of times their outlet for how they express the way that they feel is what makes them terrible people. And so in which case
Exactly.
that's kind of the case a lot of times, especially people that abuse drugs and alcohol. It's almost guaranteed that like they are dealing with something that is heavy on them. And the way they express or make the outlet for that, usually the people around them are the people who suffer from it the most.
Yep, and I always tell people, I even told him before things got too crazy to where we don't speak. It's a big mess. And it's more so, it's one thing to treat me one way, but you would not treat my child any kind of way.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
we don't
No.
communicate. But I always tell him, I hope you never make another woman go through what I had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody deserves that. So, hey,
Yep.
best of luck too.
Yeah, one can hope he gets his shit together. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
at the same time, it's either going to happen or it's not going to happen. He has to make that decision on his own. Okay.
Hmm.
But again, what I'm saying, like I said, it's refreshing to hear that you didn't give up on love, because I'm also a big believer that, don't get me wrong, when you get out of maybe a traumatic experience, it is great to take some time to yourself. But at the same time, some people just ain't built to be alone. You know what I'm saying? Some of us, do require companionship as a part of our way of getting through something. You know what I'm saying? The,
Yeah.
the sucky part is you can find yourself sometimes in a situation where, you may be rushing to some things too soon, you know what I'm saying? And it
Hmm.
doesn't always work out. But when it does work out, it's a beautiful thing, right? So in which case, and that's kind of what you're
Yes.
experiencing now. So I'm not mad at you. I'm not gonna tell you rush too quickly. You know what I'm saying? People move at their own pace. And so if I only need 3 months, then I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't need
Yeah.
4 years of being alone to get over something. I may be all right after a few months. You know what I'm saying?
And I tell everybody, like, when it was like, wow, that was soon, I said, y'all, I said, I got a video of this man know me 2 days after saying I do. I'm
Mm.
like, by August, I gave it another try in September around his birthday. But after that trip, I was over it. So I had already mentally and emotionally
Damn.
checked out of the marriage.
Yeah.
But it was just dragging because he's my child's father. So then we
Yep.
had to go through the whole a child being involved in the divorce. And he dragged everything out, wasn't coming to some of the court dates. Like, he did everything to try to keep the marriage when all he had to do was treat me better
Mm-hmm.
and get sober.
Yeah.
So it's like, instead it was all tactics. So, well, let me try to stop this person from dealing with her. And what made me really fall for my boyfriend is with everything that got through at us, fake CPS reports and everything, he
Damn.
did not leave my side.
Mm-hmm.
And any other dude would have been like, nah, you got too much drama. So for
Mm-hmm.
him not to leave my side when I needed somebody the most is what made me more comfortable with moving on.
Yeah. Man, I tell people all the time, bro, it's real niggas out here, man. Like,
It is.
and don't get me wrong, bro. Boys can be hard to find, right? Because there's some goofy motherfuckers out here too. But it's real niggas out here, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, if like, you know, if you're in a good space and he's in a good space, you know what I'm saying, things will work out. A lot of times people ain't in good spaces and that's why stuff don't work out. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
but don't get me wrong, bro. I know and I guess I've been fortunate enough in life to have a really close and really dope circle because like most of my boys are married, most of them have kids, most of them like, you know what I'm saying, are building generational wealth and like, you know what I'm saying, just like actually getting the fucking American dream, you know what I'm saying? Like they really on their shit.
Right.
And so it's like when I see a lot of people on the internet arguing, and that's the reason why like I'm doing like a interview with people and talking about dating and seeing their experiences. I want people to see that like, yo, it ain't all just goofiness out here. Like it's people
Exactly.
that's experiencing great shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't let this internet shit fool y'all, man. This ain't how
No.
the world is. Okay, like on the real world where it's real people, like we living it out here. Like we living it up, bro. It ain't just all goofiness.
Exactly. Like literally in the short amount of time we've been together, these 6 months, this man takes me on a road trip every month because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I've been needing to clear my head.
Yeah.
All of stress have been relieved. Like everything people said, oh, rushing into something will be this and that, been the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to joke. I used to be like, I ain't gonna give me no good man unless he come from Mississippi. I did not think I was really gonna know somebody from Mississippi.
That is
So,
crazy. That is crazy. Hey, I'm gonna keep it a buck, man. The best in the South. You know what I'm saying? Although it's
I will agree.
it's some goofy niggas though, but at the same time, the best of us come from the South, man. It's like straight up. But it's actually funny that like you know what I'm saying like you touched on how you know what I'm saying people was telling you how you rushed too soon. At every level, it's crazy because I don't think people necessarily be hating, but it's just crazy how like it's ingrained almost into our DNA. When me and my wife first got together, like just dating, people would tell us, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's because y'all been dating a little while. Wait till y'all been together for like a year. You know what I'm saying? Because they waiting for their happiness to come. We've been together for a couple of years. Ah, that's okay, cool. Wait till, you know what I'm saying, she starts wanting you to get married. I proposed, you know what I'm saying, because I already knew I wanted to marry her. We get married. Oh, okay. This is because y'all newlyweds. It's like they keep waiting for like this moment to come where like we break. And it's just
What?
like, listen, it's not coming, okay? Like
Right.
when you can coexist and you love each other and love is at the foundation of what y'all live by, then everything is gonna work out. But it's just crazy how like in people's psyche they have it built waiting for whatever you're going through to eventually fail because they believe it's going to fail.
All the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad. And even like with him, like and with me, we both have said, well, when it don't work out, don't say this and say that. And it
Mm-hmm.
just brings us closer. Like we communicate with each other. If we argue, I'm more of the stubborn one. I'll be like, oh, I could show you I could be low down, nigga. I ain't saying shit to you.
Yeah.
And then he'd come up and kiss me. And I'm thinking like, get the fuck away from me. Like, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
he helped me with my stubbornness.
Yeah.
I'm a
Yin and
daddy's
yang.
girl, so I'm kind of spoiled.
Yeah,
So
yin and yang, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You gotta balance each other. I'm definitely the more aggressive one usually. My wife isn't so much, and we have different levels of patience. Like I'm really impatient when it comes to like buying stuff and wanting to get something or just life in general. But I have a lot of patience with people. My wife is the exact opposite. She don't have no patience with people, but like she could save up forever to buy something. You know what I'm saying? She could wait for anything and all. She don't mind standing in lines. I hate standing in lines. Like we're polar opposites, but we work so well, and it's just amazing. Yeah. So I'm glad to see that you're experiencing that, man. That's what's up. Because again, like I said, my goal is to get real people to talk, give real authentic conversations into the world, so that way we can shed light on the fact that like, yo, real people out here experiencing life on a level that like the internet like is like not showing. You know what I'm saying? Most of us out here
Yeah.
living it up, you know? Yeah, yeah.
And it's so fun when you got a partner that wanna see you do better, or they
Mm-hmm.
wanna do better. And then the crazy part is I kept saying, "Oh, I never date nobody younger than me. Like, I ain't about to deal with no immature nigga. This nigga 5 years younger than me."
Yo, hey, if he got it together, he got it together. You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah.
know, age ain't nothing but a number until, you know, you get
Right.
really ridiculous. All right, then you know, you get into some R. Kelly shit and you gotta
Yeah. I
yeah,
ain't
you
trying to be Roseanne Kelly and shit.
you
Like,
know.
so no.
That is. Okay, well, man, Ms. Nara, this has been such a beautiful conversation. I have
Thank
enjoyed having you on the
you.
pod. It's been real. Do me a favor though before you get up out of here. Once again, drop your content, let people know where they can find you and everything, and how to get in touch with you.
Absolutely. You all can find me on social media everywhere up under Nara Wha'Na. My business Simply Complete PR. Me and my daughter have a drink business, so make sure
Oh,
y'all check out Royalties Fun Ice and More. I sell seasoning, so make sure y'all get that taste seasoning.
okay,
Um, and you can check out my podcast, Chit Chat with Nara, on all major platforms. And I have a workshop coming up September 21st. It's free. If you go on Eventbrite, it's Girl, Let Me Tell You. And it is a women entrepreneur workshop. It is free. I got about 15 different speakers from all over the United States speaking. And we
okay,
just gonna have fun. And we gonna talk about the stuff women get told they can't talk about as a business owner. So make sure
okay.
y'all sign up for them free tickets.
All right, that's what's up. You heard it here from an actual hustler, mama, lover extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? And I consider you a hopeless romantic because everyone's always looking for
Yes.
love. Shout out to you, Ms. Nara. With that being said, though, man,
Thank
thank you
you.
everybody for tuning in once again. If y'all could do me a favor, go ahead, like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications. As always, it's been real. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and sign off. It's your boy, Mr. Operator Rose. We out.